It was a hand on the head for me.
Right.
Okay.
Because I'm a
Yeah.
That was cute.
Thank you guys. Welcome to YouTube. Okay, y'all. So today we crashing the stream. I got my beautiful ladies, my beautiful black queens, because we know how much y'all love that word. We're really here to have a good time. So I'm gonna let the ladies introduce themselves. We're gonna start it out with Miss Brad.
Hey everybody, it's Just Brett. You can follow me on Instagram at Just Brett or my podcast, IYKYK, the podcast.
Okay, Miss Amber.
Hey, you guys. As you clearly see, my name is Amber. That's all.
Oh, that's it. That's all.
That's
Okay,
it,
well,
that's
Miss Kelly.
Everyone, thank you for having me. My name is Kelly. You guys can follow me here on YouTube at The Kelly Corinne Show or Instagram or TikTok with that same handle at The Kelly Corinne Show.
Okay, Callie.
Hi, my name is Callie, and you can follow me everywhere. Callie Livin, except OnlyFans. I'm not there. Never be there. Thank you.
Miss Juicer.
Yes. All right. I'm Juicy Peach. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, Juicy Peach. Oh yeah, and I'm from Texas, y'all. We got the Texas in here.
Okay.
She from Texas? Hey.
Yes, Texas.
Ain't no hole.
All right, y'all. So again, I'm your co-host. Well, I'm your host for tonight. Social media know me as Let Her Be Great. And if you're watching tonight, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your comments. If you want to super chat, y'all just do your thing. Leave a comment below. If you're interested in joining a panel, just email Jay about the business, or you can contact me at _LetHerBeGreat. So y'all excited about the topics?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So first, what we're gonna get into is, do y'all care about the size, or it don't matter to y'all?
No, it don't matter.
No.
It don't matter.
It's the motion of the ocean, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the
It
motion.
matters. No shrimpies, baby.
But I'm not gonna hold you.
No,
I'm not gonna cap. I mean, definitely, it's a blessing if you can get, but I mean, sometimes, people just know how to use what they got, and that's sufficient.
But then you're gonna be real mad if you got something good in there. Y'all here, you don't know how to handle it.
There has to be a minimum.
Brad, you are 10 toes. You standing on it. What you think?
Because I want to sit on it and feel it. But no, there has to be a minimum. There has to, like, for me, granted, let's go back to GYN history. The average vagina is only I'll say about 4 inches. But in 4 inches, that don't mean you need to have 4 inches. Maybe I need more than that. My minimum.
How many of y'all done had somebody who definitely was not blessed, but he could do a little something with what he had?
Absolutely. I have. That's why I said it don't really matter.
Did you like it though? Did you enjoy it though?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. And
pretend to enjoy, or was it like because you
I thoroughly enjoy? As long as you know how to use what you got, I'm fine.
You got a short vagina.
Now, what?
You got a short vagina. You got a short.
I didn't even know those.
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
I can't do no tiny. I can't do no shrimp. But as long as you know how to work it, I'm fine.
Oh my gosh.
Miss
Kelly, what you think?
Then I was going to say, I remember learning in school, this when I was in college, that Black women have more depth. And that's why I'm telling y'all, this is what I remember learning in school, that Black women have more depth. And that's why Black men on average have larger members than Asian and white men. So I think for us, because I'm going to be the nerd tonight, I think for us, we do require a little bit more size because that's how we're built.
How deep did they say we go?
I don't remember.
She said it was Callie, baby.
Look, I didn't even know if I'm cheating.
I don't remember.
That's so done.
Is crazy.
Like,
Like, you don't gotta be no mandingo. I don't want you busting through my.
No, but
my
okay. So
cervix,
have y'all
but-
had the mandingo? Like, how was y'all feeling about the mandingo?
Maybe I fought through it because it still felt good.
Not fighting
fought
through
through
the
it.
pain is insane.
I was fighting through it. It wasn't constant pain, but the pain that I did feel, maybe I fought through it. We wasn't about to stop.
But was it like you ain't gonna tell him like it hurt? Did you ever have to tell him it
No,
hurt?
I let him know,
like
like,
you gonna have to stop.
Slow down or not so rough.
Yeah.
Because, again, like, you're hitting. It's not like just a free fall in there.
Right.
Like, you're hitting
right.
stuff. Like,
right.
You're hitting
Somebody
you can
hit my
damage stuff.
nerve one time. It was
Mhm.
like a nerve that
Maybe
nerve that
over
shoot down your leg.
to your leg and your pinky toe.
Yeah. Hey, I had to grab that guy like, hold
Listen,
on.
I'm not trying to be paralyzed.
What you doing?
Like, but yeah, no, I
You
fought
might.
the little jolts of pain.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
really
Well, what Juicy?
Nothing.
What
Everything's great with a little bit of pain, though. I like a little pain.
I mean, pain is
what
pleasure.
you mean, like you? It's
I mean, I like a
pain.
lot of pain.
Golly, you give me, you like pain though. That's the crazy part. You give me that.
Wait, Callie,
I-
you got a closet of tricks. Like you probably got the leather belt straps with the whips. That's what you look like.
Yeah,
You like,
exactly. That's what I get from
plastic.
Callie too.
The plastic
It's that
grills
soft
and shit.
Those doors closed is over.
Baby,
yeah,
that's it.
There's no safe words. No, I mean there is one, but like that's about it.
Callie, what are you
That's
doing?
Like I just feel like shit. We in here.
You ain't the
Let's make the best of
What
it.
is it? What
Shit.
is it? BDSM?
BDSM,
Are you a BDSM gal? Oh, so you be having ropes and stuff.
Are you the more
Oh, so
dominant
you're
one,
like
or are
50
you more
shades of gray.
submissive?
You got a red room? A gray
I
room?
want-
Shades of
I'd like
gray.
one. If I could, I would have.
What Jay said? He said 6 inches.
This is more than enough. Y'all don't know what the exact size is sometimes.
Enough. Y'all
I
don't
said
know what
6,
the
Jay.
exact size
I
is.
said 6 is the minimum.
We do know what the exact size be. Some people could be skinny, and then some people could be
Don't
the
be
girth make up
Mhm.
for it. Like
Yeah.
now
Mhm.
the pencil one, you kind of
I
lose
can't do
me.
no pencil.
Yeah,
dick.
the
I'm
pencil
sorry.
one
The pencil
kinda
with a
hurt.
I
mushroom.
can't. Yeah,
I'm good.
I can't do a pencil.
Sorry.
Not a mushroom.
Why do they always
mushroom,
have
you know,
the
the
big?
kid with the little-
They always got the big mushroom with the
Think of
little
me
pole.
never
It be
experienced a
like
mushroom.
this, bro. Like,
Oh Jesus,
and
not
it
the
looks like a
mushroom.
and then
No,
they'll flip
don't
it.
want it.
No, y'all ever had an uncircumcised one?
Never.
Yes.
I have.
Never.
Yeah.
Like those
I
ones.
have.
have.
And that
That's
shit
not pulling
hurt.
the turtleneck
Bruh.
down.
It hurt.
No.
They
And it's
stink.
weird.
They
It is-
stink.
Because
No, they
they
don't.
don't
Wait,
clean
wait,
beside.
wait.
They like you gotta so
You gotta
with
pull it
those like
down
you gotta
and
pull
clean
it down and clean it, and a
Mhm.
lot of
Yeah,
times they don't
but-
clean it.
Yeah.
The one
I
I
get
had-
instantly
No,
when
they
I
don't
when
all
I get
stink.
instantly like
You should still know how to
I
clean
haven't done
yourself, though.
anyone for like over a year, so
Nah, the one
If
I
you're
had, he ain't
uncircumcised, do
clean it.
not come this way.
The one I had thankfully did clean his. It was just awkward trying to suck his, because you got to pull the skin down. That
But
was
you
the
just
learning
suck it
curve
up,
for
but
me.
it's
like a worm.
But listen, I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know he had one because it was dark. And then when he pulled it out and I kind of put my mouth on it, I said, this is kind of slippery. Like something on here. I
yeah.
said, something on here is kind of not, it's moving too much. And I was just,
Oh, my
I was
God.
so inexperienced because I was so young. I didn't know really what it was.
Mhm.
And then one time I saw it in the light and I looked at it. I said, he got too much skin around that Freddie.
And then too, they're more prone to like giving you like a UTI or like a
Yeah.
yeast because they don't, especially when they don't clean it, and then also like it holds more bacteria because it's like
The skin.
in there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so it's like literally if you are with a man that does that before you guys do it, he has to clean it or it'll
Mhm.
mess up
Wear-
your
wear a
pH
condom.
balance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are
And
we
if
doing?
I'm
Get
if I'm being
circumcised.
honest, I couldn't figure out after every time why when I messed with him, I did have BV because I'm like,
That's
but he was the
probably
only one I was messing with till I found
Yeah.
out that is why that will happen.
Mhm.
And then when you pull it back, you smell it. Like at one time I gagged. I
Maybe
was
he
like,
just wasn't cleaning.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah,
Maybe
his
he just
hygiene
wasn't
just
clean.
wasn't. Yeah, hygiene is
but
very
he looked like a
important.
clean person. He looks
And
so
then they blame
clean,
you.
bruh, like,
They
Clean
blame
on the
you like,
outside
oh,
is
what
not
you
being clean
doing? Why you got
in the
this
front
infection?
than
But it's like
there.
your fault.
yeah.
You should
I don't
know
think they
how
like
to
to take
clean
accountability
yourself.
when it comes to their smell. But then with us,
a lot of men don't like taking accountability. They blame
Yeah,
us.
that's men, period. So there's that.
And then we're
Yeah.
the ones that are like, women
That
don't
would be
take
great.
accountability. You know what trips me out? What grinds my fucking gears is when they'll come on these podcasts, right? With this whole like women, brrr, but the second you ask, like, oh, women are so, what is the word what they say? Oh, she's so like disgruntled, she's so bitter. But it's like, these are the same people.
Loud and
But if you ask those
obnoxious.
same people, do you think that men lie to women? They're going to be like, well, yeah, like I could tell a woman anything and she'll believe me. So then why the fuck do you think we're the way we are? And it's like,
That's all
we
y'all
got to
know
be the
about.
ones that are like, you need to vet better. No, if you need to hold these people accountable to do better. So that way we can be like, all right, you know what I mean? And chill out a little bit. Nah. Sorry, I went on a whole different. But
But we
I
respect
like,
it though. Look, no lies detected.
Okay.
No,
Hey, let her
right.
be
Lies
great.
told.
Did
Yes,
you
You
ever
know
like
why.
ask him why he didn't have it circumcised, or would he ever get it circumcised?
No, because
I
he
think at a
was
certain age it's too
older.
late.
He was
Yeah.
older,
No, it's
so
just
it
gonna hurt.
wasn't.
It's just gonna hurt.
Yeah, it
No,
was.
you can get
It was
circumcised,
hurt,
though.
but I mean, it was good at sometimes. I ain't really care, but I ain't ask him because I felt like it's just. What was he gonna say? That man was like in his late 30s. He didn't want chopping off no skin down there.
Oh yeah, no, tell them do that.
No. He's talking
He
about,
said,
"Oh,
I
Jason,
hope
hope
y'all
y'all
keep that same energy when the guys come out. Listen, JB,
And we will.
I don't like arguing with men because I feel like when you argue with a man, it's just you're arguing to a brick wall.
Brick wall.
Mhm.
They're not going to take
Yeah.
the time to understand. I can sit there and be like, I'll agree to disagree. I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
But the second I say something you don't like, it's like, well, and then they crash out, right? And everybody's cool when a man
But we're the
crashes
Right.
angry
out.
black
But
women,
let
right?
me
Right.
crash out, and it's
Right.
like,
Right.
now I'm on clicked on every
Yeah.
freaking social media platform.
But
Black
guess
girl
what? Guess
goes
what?
crazy on YouTube.
They're not here tonight.
They're
So
not.
we can say what we want.
What? Ladies' night.
It's a no-win situation.
All right. So since everybody, we kind of are on a slant with the motion and the length. I don't know. I still choose. Damn, I don't know what I choose because I've had them both. I don't know. I think about it. Maybe my next one, I'll have to see how I feel.
Yeah.
My next one.
Next one.
To be
Next
like,
one.
so do you ladies like, okay, so I have a quick question. Like, do you ladies like, for me, like, I'm to the point where I'm just tired. Like, I don't even want to like lay with somebody. Like, I'm just tired of like the whole, like, I don't know, because I feel like when I lay with someone, I feel like I start liking them.
Circumcision. I can still walk in the park. I can remember getting mine done as a little boy.
Ugh. Yeah, that must have hurt.
No, that's
I
what
thought
I
they
said.
grew
That's
when
why
they
I
were
didn't.
kids.
When they're
That's why I
babies.
didn't ask him. Would
That's
he
the
ever get
average
one?
time.
Oh
Because
man,
no point in asking a
this was
grown
a
man, will he get one?
child.
I thought you get it when you're a baby, though. I thought
Yeah, you
like
do.
Yeah,
You
you
get it
yeah,
when you're a baby.
yeah.
You're supposed to, but everybody don't.
Everybody knows.
Sometimes I know
Would you?
have
If,
like an
okay,
issue.
so I have a question, y'all.
uh-huh.
If you were not satisfied with the sex, would you stay or would you leave?
I'm out.
I stayed, and then I probably won't do it again because he ended up cheating anyway. So like, damn, I endured all that shit for no fucking reason.
So you cheated yourself.
I felt like that. I felt like I was trying to be like, you know what, I'm gonna work with you. You cool, like you're a good person. You know, sometimes you can't have everything you want. You know what I mean? And
But
you still cheated on me.
Was it because he did not know how to screw, or he just was too small, or
it just wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. I like fun.
But did you ever tell him?
Yeah. Yeah, he just didn't know how to execute. Like, I'll be like, no.
You didn't give him no
lessons.
Like,
I mean, listen. You can lead a horse to water, but it ain't gonna drink. You feel me? You know what I mean?
Ain't whip out none of them ropes and chains.
I got a whole closet full of tricks, but I mean, if you ain't really like, he was always like, but it's because he was cheating. He wasn't really into it like me because he had other things on the side. You feel me? So
he
was
like, learning from you, but giving it to somebody else.
Probably,
That's
yeah.
That man was stealing some of your whips and chains. If you didn't notice,
I'll be damned. You'll hear this next thing.
Shh.
That's what you'll hear next thing. You take my shit. You got me messed up.
Hey, you might need to go. You might need to go do an inventory check real quick.
I was for sure I did. God damn it! Hell no. I know.
Kelly,
Listen, I got OCD like a motherfucker. You move something in the wrong inch, I'll know.
What about you, Kelly?
Sorry, I was on mute. I think sex is really important in a relationship. And I think if that person is not satisfying you, whether if you are if you're not married, I think you still got to split. And I think if you're married, then you have to work on that. There's something that needs to be worked on. Because that's really important in a relationship, because you're with that person. And
so if you're married, would you tell your partner, like, I mean, obviously you knew before the marriage that the sex wasn't all that. Nine
times out of 10, I think people have sex before they're married. And if they didn't, then they probably were a virgin, so they wouldn't know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be your way of telling somebody that you just can't get with their sex game? Because I know as women, a lot of women, we don't just tell them straight out, like, bro, you trash. Like, we not finna just tell them straight out.
If it was something that the person was doing that I didn't care for, I would just say it. Like I would just say it. Like, I know some women, they don't like a finger up the butt. If you don't like a finger up the butt, I would say that.
Don't touch my boonkie, boy.
Yeah, I would
touch my boonkie.
I would just say that. Now, if it's something like, I don't know, I guess something that you can't specifically pinpoint, I think you gotta
what if his head is trash? Like, what would you just stop him in the middle of it? Like, I can't do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think you can stop. I wouldn't stop in the middle. I think
so you kind of direct
satisfied. Like, bro, you gotta stop.
A little bit more. You'll be like a little bit more, a little less.
No. She will be trying to adjust.
Yes.
Adjust her.
Yeah.
Move your head this way.
Yeah, coach.
Go to the left. Go to the left.
Y'all ever had somebody that just couldn't eat at all, boy? That just felt like a chainsaw.
Right.
Like,
just starve at this point. Starve.
Right.
Because
No.
So now you fake moaning.
Yeah.
Faking it is crazy.
Faking it. I fake it a lot. You don't fake it.
No, because if I don't like it, you will know.
Well, in my younger age, I definitely have faked it. Now, as an adult, I'm not faking nothing. I ain't got time to waste.
In my younger age, baby, I was silent as a church mouse.
Like,
why? I don't know. Like, I think I just was like in my head about it and nervous, like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this or something. But I was quiet as a church.
So when did you feel like you just got tired of being quiet? What happened?
I think I couldn't. I just was like out of my head about it and was like, listen, girl.
You can also train him a little bit.
So we gotta be a little vocal. And I got tired of men asking me like, "You okay? You okay?" Like, yeah,
you were making them nervous.
I was making them nervous, and I'm like, all right, I gotta let them.
Not a love and basketball moment.
I got a question. So since we're on the topic of like, if the sex game is trash or whatever, like, would you leave them? Do y'all not feel like as you're talking to somebody and dating them, like the sex gets better in time? Like maybe it was trash the first few times, but like the more y'all do it, the more y'all get to know each other, like.
And each other's
gets better and better.
You get two
chances.
Two and two only.
No.
Two and two chances. Two. And that's it.
I feel like you can always train a man.
Exactly.
I don't want to have to train you though. Because it's sexual compatibility. I dated guys and we just were not sexually compatible. So I had
Okay, but what if he was Michael B. Jordan?
And his sex was trash, baby, I'm still leaving.
I'm gonna train him.
Ain't no way. I'm gonna put a cap on that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Brad gonna be like, look, sit right here. Let me show you what you need to be doing.
I can't survive in a relationship with bad sex. Like,
ain't no way.
I can't.
No, I don't care if you're Michael B. Jordan. Listen, we can work on whatever you want to work on. Whatever you want to work on. Shit.
You just want to look at that man. No.
Look, you just lay there. You
lay
there. Just lay down. Weigh them goals that you've been weighing.
No worries.
Lay down.
Hang out. I got you, baby.
Look, just stay still. I got this.
Right. No, Brett, you said you wouldn't stay. You said you wouldn't.
No. I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to do like Jay said yesterday. I'm gonna have to ride for more than 2 minutes. Like, I'm gonna have to get my ride.
That's not gonna happen. Brett said Brett, be real. Brett said she could go for hours.
I can't have sex for hours. I can't. I
think that's powder. I think that's powder.
I will very much.
It's
enjoy
no way
sex
you
for hours.
riding that long or having sex.
Hell
that long.
no, I'm not riding, baby. I probably got like a good 5 in me.
Well,
Good 5
I
minutes.
like to think of myself as the writing connoisseur herself.
I'm so dumb.
So you can get a good 20 minutes up out of me. I'm not gonna hold it. After
Oh, what do you get?
what?
20? But how do you get 20 minutes on top?
Are you on? Are
On
you
top,
flat
right?
footed on the bed, or are you on your knees? Like what?
I'm on the balls of my feet.
Okay.
Now, for me, the
The
trick is
Giving
planters.
to
Megan Thee
switch.
Stallion.
She's on the planters.
Yes.
For
She's
me,
giving
the
Megan.
trick is you can't be nobody gonna be on the balls of their feet for 20 minutes. You gotta switch it up. You gotta
keep
go
switching,
between the balls of your feet and the knees. Grinding.
Knees.
Balls of your
Are we
feet,
talking
knees,
about on
grinding.
the bed, on the
On the
floor?
On the bed.
That don't
You
mean
keep
you have to work
riding
hard.
on the floor.
What
is
I
a little
learned
bit
too, you gotta
harder.
like almost not tuck your feet, but you gotta bring your feet like close to the man's body,
And then you can
use
cheat
his
a little
body
bit,
weight
like
to leverage you.
exactly. Or cheat, have his back on the headboard, put your hands on that motherfucking headboard. Now
And
you're
hold
having all your weight on the
your
headboard.
yes,
While
gotta
you're on
shift
your
that body
toes
weight.
and ride. Boom.
Hold
there
the
you go.
headboard. I'm
You
scared.
can either hold the headboard or hold on to his back.
I don't know if my headboard gonna sustain that type of pressure.
Look, mine will. Look, mine will.
You
My
ain't this
head.
shit, girl.
It's nice and all, but I mean, I got a lot back here, boy. You throw this thing down too hard, them
And then I also feel like men do need to help a little bit, you know, while I'm throwing it down.
That
you
little
need
lift,
to be pushing
that
it up.
little lift
It
they
need to be
do with the bottom of the thigh, and then it be like, okay, but they get tired. Like they don't like that. Them arms get tired of lifting, and they don't want to admit it.
And that waist get tired of thrusting.
Like, yeah.
We're the only ones getting tired out here.
And then they'll be like,
nah, I need to leave with a couple bruises.
Excuse me?
Bruises.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Like I ain't gonna hold you. We talking about like I've had a couple bruises before. It's like it gets a little carried away.
Bumped the side of the bed. What? You know? What?
Nah.
Was he gripping your neck too tight?
Either that or like we'll get into it and sometimes like I remember one time I had like a little like cut like right here because we got so into it. We were just tussling, like we were wrestling in a way.
Baby,
and
that's
like
domestic violence.
Nah, but like there's a difference, right? There's a fine line and like a really big difference. But like yes, it's just that passion, you know, when you get into it, it's just like
I could definitely see that.
You know what I mean?
You just
like
neck before, so I get it.
But tussling, I don't know how it
he scratched.
I don't know about fighting.
So like imagine, right? So imagine just like when you're with someone and you're really feeling that person, like that's your person for real, and you're just like you grab him, like I'll grab him and then he'll be like, don't grab me, and then he'll grab me, and then we're just like going at it, and then next thing you know we move from the bed to the floor to like now we're just like in the air, like we're just like really like and then like when I feel like I want to do something, like so I did jujitsu. So I know how to like do certain moves and certain like we call it sweeps. So I would, if he's in a certain way, I could sweep him to where now I'm on top. And it just kind of goes like we're literally wrestling for like
Kelly, you too advanced for me. I'm gonna be honest. That's
I can do the tied up thing. But if I'm fighting and I gotta bust out moves, I don't know.
Baby, if you gotta sweep
I'm gonna be tired from that. Maybe I'm gonna be like, I'm tired.
You gotta sweep me. I'm good.
Look, how you want me? I'm gonna go.
Yeah, let me lay down. Like we didn't gotta go that far.
Listen, how you want me? Maybe I'm a submit.
Kelly look like she got a sex swing.
You know, actually, I really don't. To be, I really don't have one, but at the same time, like it's just you gotta know, one, you can't do this with everybody, right? Because not everybody can. One, I don't sleep around with hella people, so I really only when I do sleep with someone, it has to be someone that I can really trust because I know I like it a certain way, and at the same time, I need to have someone that also can respect. There's a fine line when it comes to it. We both have to be in agreement on how, like, you know, crazy.
You ever had somebody that did something to you in the middle of sex that was like, what the did you just do?
Yeah. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had one instance where I was talking to this guy, and I mean, we were in the car, and it was like, I mean, it was probably one of the most amazing moments I've ever had in my life. But again, that's what I said. Like, you really have to understand. Like, you really have to just understand that person. That person has to really. You have to be with someone that really loves your body too, for real. Because when they really,
Well, I
when a
mean-
man really
I mean,
loves your
what the
body,
F-
he's gonna want to explore every inch of it.
I mean, what the F, like,
Yeah.
you can't believe somebody just did what they just did in a bad way. Not in a
Oh,
good
in a
way.
bad way?
In a
Oh,
bad
no,
way.
in a
no,
bad
no, no.
way?
I'm very like blunt too.
Like,
So
turned
like,
you off immediately.
oh yeah, I'm very blunt. I'm very blunt. Like, I had someone when I dated this guy, and he wanted me to peg him, and I said, sorry, I don't do that.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Sex over. Clothes on, out the door.
Yeah.
Absolutely
No,
not.
Like, we were in a relationship for like 3 years.
Was
And
your
That
tongue
was the
out?
first time.
Or was it
He had
First time
asked
you wanted to be
randomly. He had asked randomly. He was like, hey, you know. He had asked randomly. He was like, hey, you know.
Okay.
Comparison
Yeah.
is
No cat was
How's your
with
body count?
body
I've only
count.
been in. I've
I
only
knew
been
somebody
in.
would ask that question. I
So
knew it.
what happened was, we were in a relationship for 3 years, and like, closer towards the end of the 3 years, he was like, hey, like, you know, you want to try this? And I'm like, listen, I know I'm like, I like things a certain way, but like, that's one thing that I'm just kind of not really my cup of tea. You feel me? When we get to that's a whole different type of person. I'm not about that life.
I had somebody slap me when we was doing it, and I felt concussed. Like, that man hit me so hard.
Well, how hard did he hit you?
He hit me so hard, y'all had to remember what we was doing. So
Oh
I
my
was like,
goodness.
when I realized he hit me, I looked at that man. I slapped that nigga back. That nigga looked at
I
me,
can't.
and he looked at me like he was gonna do it again. I said, "You better mother."
No.
Bruh, it blew me the whole night. Like, as he kept stroking in my mind, I was like, "This nigga just slapped the shit out of me." Like, I don't like that.
I'm crying, literally.
Kelly, Kelly, you over there looking innocent.
No, honestly, I don't try to be. I'm just myself. Like, I know I'm a little different. You feel me? I'm very reserved. So like, I don't ever go outside. Like, if you were to be on my socials, you would know that, because I'm always streaming. But like, for me, I'm an open book. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just hella cool, for real.
Yeah,
I'm just
but
hella
it's not
chill.
like she said his name.
She
Oh
said
my
his
god!
name.
Right.
We don't know
Remember,
who
fellas,
this
that
nigga
you discussed
is.
her in comments. She told the
Right.
internet, don't discuss.
She ain't put him out there.
He is
Right.
nobody will
clue
know ever
who
who
this
it is. And that's the crazy part. And that's the thing I be talking about, is like, guys can come up here and say whatever it is when it is that they say. But the second a woman says something, it's like, oh, you're this and you're that. And I get it. There's always going to be that double standard. But at the end of the day, you want us to be real. You're coming here for us to be real and to be authentic.
And then
Am
when you
I
are,
real? And then
It's a
am I real if
But it's okay when they do
I'm
it.
not
But they hate when we
answering
do
these
it.
questions truthfully, or I'm up here lying? You want
Okay,
someone to be honest. I'm being honest.
Would y'all on a first date? This is another question. If you're on a first date, and Callie, you always talk about being honest and stuff.
Yeah.
If you on a first date, do you think that a man should pay for the first date?
I paid for a first date before. I ain't no lying about that. I even paid for his gas to go on a first date. 100%. I know I'm gonna be looked at crazy. He was cute. I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to get to know him. I asked him out. I walked up to him. I was like, I think you're cute. Here's my number. You can call it or not.
You know, you're a strong woman.
I wanted to get to know him. I wanted to get to know him. I wanted to show him
How
that.
did that work out for you?
It was okay. We talked for a little bit, and then I don't know, just the attraction really wasn't how I wanted it to be. It wasn't anything about money. It was just about like where his mindset was at. Right.
So y'all ended things, or you ended it with him, or he ended it with you?
I ended it. I was like, hey, you know, I don't really think that this is something that we can sustain, because I don't mind paying for dates or whatever. That doesn't phase me, you know, just as much. We'll alternate. You could pay one date, I'll pay for the gas for you to go to the date. Like, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is, where are you mentally and where are you going? And it's one thing if you're like, I have these goals and I have these dreams, and it's another thing if you're making excuses as to why you're not obtaining them, and then you're complaining about the life that you live. Because at the end of the day, we're blessed to wake up and have the opportunity to chase what we want to do. And if you just want to sit around all day and not do anything or complain about yourself. So what happened was, right, he complained a lot about his situations and what he was going through. and I would give him like feedback, like, hey, like, why don't you like do this? And he always had a reason. And that was a red flag for me, because it's like, if you're going to do this with your own life, just imagine if we're in a relationship and we're having a confrontation and you can't even hold yourself accountable to your own actions. That's what it looked like to me. So if you want me to be accountable with the things that I do, I need you to have that same standard, not just in the relationship, but in your own life. Because how are you going to progress as a man or mentally if you're always making excuses as to why things aren't going right? At what point are you going to look within yourself and say, I need to change my mentality. I need to look the fuck in and do what I need to do to get to where I need to go. And if you don't have that mentality, it's going to be hard for me to match with you, because that's the mentality that I have. So
did you ask for your gas money back?
No. I charged it to the game. I charged it to the game. You know, you lose some, you win some.
I need all mine.
And while we at it, give me my $20 back.
We went out. Yeah, grab me that. I need all that back. You don't waste my time.
No, because here's the thing. I knew he didn't have a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like I knew he was in a situation where he didn't have a lot of money, and we talked about
the date knowing that he didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah. So when
I object.
So here's what happened, right? We were talking, I met him, we were talking for a little bit, and he was telling me about his situation, how he was kind of in a rough patch or whatever. I was like, okay, I get it. Like, I didn't give him any money to pay bills or nothing, but we were going to go on it. You know, I said, do you want to hang out? And he was like, he was honest with me. He was like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, you know, I'm kind of in a rough patch right now. I don't really have the money to like go out, but I really want to take that. And I hope that doesn't like turn you off or you stop talking to me because of it. I was like, no, we all fall in tough times. There are tough times. There were times in my life period ago where I didn't have money, and you know, so I was like, don't worry about it. I got you. Like, let's go. Let's just have a good time. Yeah, he was telling me about his situation. He was telling me that.
Get something for free.
Yeah, he was telling me his situation, and I was like, you know what? Like, let's go. I wanted to have a good time. I was going through some stuff mentally, so I just wanted to have a good time with people, with someone that like I can enjoy my time with. So if I gotta pay for that, like, it's cool. Like, we did hella shit. We went bowling. It was fun. But then over time,
you don't mind paying for a date at all?
No, that's cool.
I don't mind paying.
Guys,
what about
the first date, I'm not paying.
I'm not paying for the first date.
I don't mind. Yeah, the other ones, yeah, absolutely. But the first date, no. I feel like that's just the tone. That's just the
especially if you are asking me out. No,
exactly.
Yeah.
Would y'all ask a guy out and then pay for the first date?
No.
I've never done.
I don't think I've never asked a guy out ever in my life.
So y'all. None of y'all have paid for a first date. None.
No.
Other than Callie.
No.
I think it's a man's responsibility to court a woman.
And that's how I was raised. So.
Yeah, the man. Yeah. I think the man should approach the woman. I think the man should take the initiative to ask the woman out and pay for the first date. That's
no shade to nobody else. If you want to approach somebody,
I'm not saying anybody.
You should have to approach somebody. Yeah.
I think that every woman has like their thing, and I think. Like, I'm a girl's girl, so like, you know, if a woman says what I'm like, that's good. So it's like, as long as it makes you happy, you know what I mean? And I think that's thing that like I always struggle with is when I would say certain things, like certain women would like drag me through the mud for it. But it's like, baby girl, if you were to tell me something, I wouldn't, even if I had a disagreement, I still wouldn't come at you, because at the end of the day, we're both women. We all need to come together and like be one with each other. There's a certain girl code, I feel. I don't know. I'm all about this, like, just like,
but
guys
some of them, you don't, maybe some of them who were talking to you were probably trying to tell you that's not the way to go, girl. Let that man pay for your date. Like, 100%. You don't have to pay for anything. Like, if you feel beautiful enough where he thinks you're attractive enough to even go out on a date with you, let that man pay for that date.
Yeah, I have no problem. I'll let him pay for it.
Pay for the date, but if he
listen, if he says, "Hey, I got you," if he right, well, if he told me like, "Hey, put away your like," listen, like if a man tells me, "Hey, put away your wallet," like I got this. I'm not gonna fight and argue with him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, "Okay, got you, daddy." Like, no worries. Like, it's not a big deal to me. But if you tell me you're in tough times and you just need a little, like, you know what I mean, you want to get to know me, but you can't really afford it, it's cool. Because I've seen people like men. One thing I know about a man is he may not have it today, but if he give him about 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that man can be in a whole different predicament.
Time,
well, I'm not saying I'm gonna wait that long, but I'm just saying when a man puts his mind to something and he has like he really wants to lock in and accomplish it, I mean, there's an endless amount of
But do we think
opportunities
these
for that.
men are waiting to wait on us for that long to get our
Exactly.
shit together?
No.
You know
Because
who's a
that's
prime
why I'm
example of
saying
that?
it.
Remy
runs.
Ma and Papoose. When Remy was locked up, everybody thought,
Mm.
oh, Papoose holding her down. He ain't cheating. He ain't doing this and that. And now the relationship then went to shambles. Like,
shit.
That was
Yeah.
her fault.
all kind of secrets came out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and dude, like the same thing with the Jamal and Lynn conversation we were having yesterday about how you hold somebody down in your relationship, you nurse them back to health, and even though he's the guy in the relationship, you're the girl. All of a sudden, since the girl wants to finally move on, now she's being condemned because she wants to move on and have a life. Like, I don't think that's right, but I feel like we're always gonna be the ones who everyone look at as the problem.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
like-
because they hold us there. It's that double standard, right? A woman is
Yeah.
supposed to be a certain way, and we have to stick to that certain way in a man's eyes.
Mhm.
And if we don't,
Yeah.
we are ostracized, or we're put the A on our foreheads, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that we have to understand that at the end of the day, we are human just as anybody else. And the second you stop acting like someone is a human and start treating them less than, that is when you mess up as a person, because none of us sit on a throne high enough to look down on somebody else, and the only one that does is God,
Mhm.
in my eyes.
Yeah, I feel that. Juicy, what are your thoughts?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
The first date paying? Yeah,
Yeah.
no. We're not doing that. Mm-mm. Not at all. Never mind,
What
sir.
if
Have a good
y'all?
day.
What if y'all get on a date and then the ticket come and then he go looking crazy? He go to looking at you. What is y'all next move?
I'm getting up. I
Oh,
gotta go
I'll
to the
tell you,
restroom.
I don't like
Oh,
embarrassment. I
I'll
don't like
pay for myself, but you won't
Yeah.
pay for me again.
Just
that.
100%.
Get a meal though, right?
Yeah, so y'all just gonna pay for y'all meal.
Yeah, I'll pay
No,
for
I'll
well,
ask
you
him. I'm
said
gonna
that I was-
say. Go ahead, Courtney Kelly.
Oh, well, maybe I misunderstood the question. If you said the guy was looking crazy, so I'm assuming like the guy didn't
Yeah.
have the money or something.
Yeah,
like
he's looking around like he's not reaching for the
I
check.
would just pay it and go on about my business because I don't like public embarrassment.
no.
You know, I've seen people, those memes where people are arguing over the check and stuff. I don't do that. I don't like.
Well, no, you ain't gotta argue. You just say, "Excuse me, I'm going to the restroom," and then you go about your
Get out.
business.
So you literally just gonna take the ticket, Kelly, and then put your card
pay the
on
whole
it
thing?
and you gonna tip.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna say, what's going on?
I probably because
why
I
you
look
looking
at it
like
like
that?
I will get that money back.
Yeah.
I'll just get the money back. Like I don't like
I'm
public
gonna ask him why
embarrassment.
he looking like that.
What'd you say, Amber?
I said I'm gonna ask him why he looking at like that. Why he looking at the receipt like that?
Like, what's the problem? Be honest. And
Yeah.
if he says, oh, like this is a little too high, I'd be like, oh, you want to split?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I pay for my stuff. It's cool.
Yeah.
Why he pick the
Mm-mm.
place?
Mm-mm.
Why did he choose the place if he didn't have it?
I order cheap on the menu, anyways. I don't know,
But
I'm not-
if you order cheap and then he
Then it
looking
shouldn't be
crazy,
high.
what's
yeah,
the problem?
I'm not the type where you take me on a date and I'm gonna like over rack the meal, right?
Mhm.
Like I'm gonna be like, all right, like I don't need a $40 fucking steak. I can
Yeah.
do good with a little
Yeah,
chicken
I don't-
salad or
I don't
something.
I
like
like chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
chicken.
can't
I am
even
gonna
chew.
order a
I
drink,
can't
though.
even chew
No
a
steak.
steak.
I am
That
gonna order a
steak. I
drink.
don't like steak. It's too chewy.
I didn't
Yeah.
like it until I became an adult. I love it now.
I
gotta
eat a
get it
lot of
medium.
protein.
I mean, I think you got to develop a taste for it at some point. I don't know. Maybe
Now
we
it's all
getting
I crave.
old.
Oh,
Maybe we getting old. The taste buds is changing and stuff. But as far as that, I know I'm not paying for no first date. Period. Like period.
He says, and I'm standing on that.
No, I am. That's embarrassing. Like you pursued me and now you want to ask me to pay for our dinner? Like it's a difference if we're already together. But it's no way in Hades that you should ask me out. We get to this table and then you want to talk about you ain't got no money. Okay, well you ain't got no money, you ain't got me. And I'm gonna walk out the door and leave it at that. Then you're getting blocked. And then I'm gonna call Jazz and tell her about my night.
You never gonna hear from me again.
Would y'all have sex after that date on the first night? Would that be something?
with the man that didn't just pay for the
Right.
No, I'm saying
Hell no.
you know it could
Oh,
be
okay.
you could be
I don't
in
think
the
there's nothing wrong with having sex on the first date. I've never done it. Second date, sure. Which was the next day. But first date, never.
Usually,
been
I never really have a problem. Like, usually my dates have been pretty successful, though. Like, we'll end up talking and getting to know each other more. And then we end up like really getting into a really. I don't. But to be fair, I don't go on many dates. So the dates that I did went on, it always were a prolonged thing. But no, I don't want to have sex on the first date.
We do have to have it within
Kelly,
the first 30 days, though, for sure.
You ain't whip your straps out or nothing on the first date to try to
Yeah.
get them to stay.
I don't want that. No, because what I'm looking for is more than just lust. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not gonna put a time limit on. I have to wait this amount of time, right? I go with the flow, but for the most part, I want to get to know you as a person before I give you my body.
Kelly, I call Cap.
But what if you?
Kelly,
What if, I was
call
about to say that
Cap.
too.
Nah.
But again, for
Nah.
me, first 30 days, it has to be within the 30 days because I'm not finna waste my time getting to know you and we're not sexually compatible. That's a waste
Yeah.
of fucking time. Time
Yeah.
you cannot get back. So, Kylie, for you,
I'm not saying it
never
has to
got a
last
soul.
like 3 months. I'm not saying it has to be over 30 days, right? I'm just saying like I just want to take the time to get to know you first as a person before I give you my body. Now,
Sex trash,
I
only
won't
one
be
of
able to
them.
do that on the first date. Like it had to be a couple of dates to where I'm like actually feeling you for real because, like I said, I like it a certain way, anyways. So I'm not gonna waste my time.
Kelly
if
said,
I'm-
I don't want to scare him away. I got to ease him into these
I
ropes.
gotta
and
take
belts.
Yeah, cool.
but like not
Yeah.
everybody can and at the same time it's like it could really turn me off too, like if I'm not, you know what I mean? So it's just like I really want to take the time to get to know you
So,
because I actually really be
um,
liking if I go on a date with you, I actually kind of like you for real and I want to get to know you more, and then it makes things more exciting, you know, when we
So
do like
you don't have sex just to get your rock off. It's always
correct.
like,
It's
like, you
always
never-
emotional or
you never
mental.
went out. You never went out with a dude that you was really into. Y'all had some drinks and then y'all got a little.
To be honest with you,
touchy-feely.
I'm gonna be real. I'm probably gonna get so much hate for this, but I'm gonna be real. I'm not really much of a drinker. Like, I'm really not. Like, when I go to a bar, I'll get a cranberry vodka and I'll babysit that cranberry vodka for the rest of the night. And if anything, I'll probably get a
I mean, you
second
don't have to
one.
be a drinker though.
So
Yeah. I
so like
remember.
You can be
no.
attracted to somebody without the addition of
Like the only thing I've done, like
Yeah.
I've done like cannabis, but like I don't even really like
Cannabis.
cheat for real. I'll
Weed.
eat like an edible or something because I sing, so I can't really smoke because it ruins your vocal cords.
Mhm.
So if anything, I'll probably take like an edible or something, but that's about it.
Ooh, girl, an edible is crazy.
You gotta take it in pieces.
Lovely.
You can't take a
No,
whole.
baby. I
Like
ate an edible and I was driving in circles in the car. Couldn't get home. Literally,
I
could
remember
not
that.
get home. I was I was crying in my car, praying. I'm sitting in the car with my son in the car next to me, and I'm like, "Why you ain't
Horrible.
tell me I'm not going home?" He's talking about, "I don't know the way home. I'm 7."
Oh wow.
I said, "God, please take the wheel, cause the way I
I
was
got
going, I ain't got it, boy." We did finally make it home. After I said that prayer, we finally made it home. I pulled up in my driveway. As soon as I opened my door, I threw up my guts. And my son ran around the car to me, "Is everything okay? Are you okay?"
Oh,
I was not. Yo, I was
Yeah.
not. I slept that whole weekend. That boy had the time of his life in that house. He ran through all the snacks. I ain't even
Because his
care.
mama was incoherent.
Baby, I ain't even care. I never ate another edible again. But I
Yeah,
know
that-
on the first night, I done had a first night, and it was great. I mean, I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I was a little
There's
shocked
nothing
at
wrong with
There's
it.
nothing
myself.
wrong with it.
Yeah, but you know,
There's
how
really
the
nothing
females-
wrong with it.
You
To
know
be
what
honest
makes it
with
seem like
you,
something's wrong with it? Men.
Mhm.
Men will are quick to call us like whores and
But
hoes
those
and
are
all
the
the
first
things.
ones to do
But
it
they be the ones that
themselves.
drop their draws the fastest. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
you
like
like it before I am. Damn.
at
Like,
the end of the day,
No,
at
who's
the end
the
of the
real
day,
one?
it's like we're all grown, right? There's nothing wrong with like
being
those
sexually
spur of the
liberated, like-
moments or spontaneous things. And I'm pretty sure there are plenty of men that have done that with a woman and still married her. Plenty of women.
oh, I
that-
don't think so.
Mhm.
There have
Mhm.
been. I've seen it. Like, there have been
I've
plenty
seen
of
it
men that do
happen
that,
before,
but
too.
it's just what works for you. Like what works for you works for
Mhm.
you. And I think that we get so caught up in telling somebody and the next person how to live. Like you're a grown ass person. Why are you telling the next person how to live? Unless
do what you
unless
wanna
they're
do.
your friend or they're someone you truly care about or want to see do well. I understand giving advice, but to sit there and judge somebody else because of what they do is crazy to me. It's always been crazy to me.
I don't
Men
think it's
marry hoes
necessarily
every day.
judging. Like, I think like if you have a friend and you know that this friend wants to get married and
Mhm.
she keeps, doing the same thing or, being promiscuous, I think as a friend, you should say, hey girl, maybe
Not
you
gonna find
should
your husband
wait
doing
and
this.
see
Yeah.
until the
Right.
guy
Slow it
replies.
down.
Yeah. We all do have a
That's coming out of
homegirl
love,
that's a little
you know.
loose.
Yeah.
We do have
100%.
homegirls that's a little loose.
And some people, they may have something traumatic that happened to them, you know, and they may not, you know, maybe molestation or something like
Yeah.
that. You know, they're
That's
acting out.
another reason for me though, because I was touched as a kid. So when it comes to my body, now that I have, it was multiple counts. So when it comes to my body, that is why I have the mentality that I have towards it, because I have the opportunity to choose who I give it to. So I'm not just going to give it away freely, because I learned what that felt like too before I even knew what it, you know, could consent to it. So that's why I have that mentality.
And I don't think a lot of women, as grown women, sometimes don't realize that is having a huge impact on their sex life until it'll be like, it'll take a good friend, probably someone who's been there before, who actually has genuine intentions in y'all friendship, to be able to let you know, like, hey, you're showing signs of maybe this being the reason why you're doing this, or, you know, and then they could try to gently coach you into how to change that part about you. But then you do have the wrong group of friends that are just, oh girl, you ain't doing nothing wrong, like you just a hoe like me, girl. We don't it don't
And
matter.
we
And
all
that's
hoes
literally
together.
right.
Oh Lord.
And that's
Yeah.
literally the people, that's how you know your friendships don't be genuine though. And the older we get, you start to realize, bro, certain things you don't have energy for. And it usually be the girls that's still outside, right? We in our 30s, man. What did you hitting me up at 10 o'clock talking about, let's go outside, baby? I'm in the bed. Like,
yeah.
Right.
Ain't nothing out there for me. But it's like, yeah, that does play a huge part in how you're gonna. But I said, like, when I was younger, that's when I had my little one night stand, but it actually turned into something more. Like, if it, I feel like if that happens and then it turns into something more, like, that's okay. Like, as long as you're not smashing everybody you come into contact with, that's a little unsafe. But I mean,
that's another thing. That's like my worst fear. That's my worst fear.
Turning into somebody smashing everybody.
No. Like you smash someone and they have something and you catch it. That's my worst fucking fear. Like that's the thing that scares me the most. Like that's why, like, I'm like really cautious, because all it takes is to mess with one wrong person that doesn't give a fuck, and next thing you know, it'll change your life and your health forever.
It's crazy out here though now. Like, even in Houston and Atlanta, the herpes and HIV rates are off the charts. Like, off the charts. But you know, when I moved to Texas, I've been in Texas going on 2 years. I would ask, because I was on a dating app. You know, that's the new way we meet dudes. So if anybody's talking about a dating app, but I would ask certain dudes. I would ask certain dudes, like,
same, Amber.
do y'all have a
we going
chart?
strong.
Hello, 3 years.
Right. I asked them, do y'all have a my chart? And they'll be like, what is that? And I'll be like,
red flag.
I don't have on my chart. Oh my God.
Yeah, my charts are
what
important.
Is that? I'm like,
what is that? Is crazy.
You don't know. How do you keep up with your health? Like, how do
you
get
checkups?
Results? Right. And then the niggas that be like, well, my girl was straight, so I don't think I never had to.
Next. No.
And then men already don't show symptoms as it is. So
as
it's like,
is.
And always be quick to think it's us. Like, sir, you didn't wash your stuff down there pretty good. Like, that's the reason that girl got BB.
Yeah, like, I don't even want to spread their ass.
Right.
Hello.
You don't take care. You don't even flip back that turtleneck you got, and you want to sit here and try to talk about.
And a lot of times too, they're smashing multiple women, and they're just they're messing up multiple women's pH balances and giving them UTIs, because they're smashing like they'll literally smash a woman and then like not clean themselves very well, and then smash somebody else.
Not clean themselves at all.
Yeah, and then smash.
It's just like a woman though, because as a woman, I just feel like you should assume that the guy, if you're just being casual, I just would assume that the guy's sleeping with other women.
Yeah. But it's a certain level of respect to smash Amber and then not wash her ass and then go smash Kylie. Like, what?
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie.
Crazy.
Y'all ever had a 2-a-day?
Huh?
What's
Oh,
a
no.
two a
Never had
day?
a 2-a-day?
I did. I
Nah.
had one.
Look, I have to. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was
But I
19
watched
though.
everything.
I was
Okay,
19
everything.
discovering things.
From the
Yeah.
rooter to the tutor got washed. Okay.
What?
But if
Absolutely.
what
I'm
was your
lost.
2-a-day like, Amber?
Oh, that's
What was
crazy.
my 2-day like?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was 19 in college at the time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
dating.
Mm-hmm.
And I had stopped talking to the previous guy, so I was texting the other guy, and we already like had plans to link up, whatever. But then the guy that I stopped talking to messaged me, was like, "Hey, I'm on your side of town." I'm like, "Okay, well, come on through." And so I was like, "Well, I guess I'm good." And then forgot about other dude. He texted me again, like, "Hey, you coming through?" I'm like, "Well, I guess I can."
Sure.
So, but you know, 19
I'm not
young,
doing anything.
I would not do that again today. But 19 young, finally having freedom to do whatever you want to do. I'm like, well, I don't encourage that though.
I do feel like it really does affect the way, you know, you were raised. If you weren't somebody that was already outside in the street, you were really sheltered. When you get
And I
outside,
was
it's kind of
that
like you go
person.
buck wild. Like,
Exactly. And I was
I
definitely
think
that person.
my two-a-day
Mhm.
came really like sporadically. Like I was already talking to someone, and then we did what we did that day, and then he left. But then my eater hit me up. It was
Not
like,
my
"What
eater.
you doing?" I was like,
Can't
"I
deny
ain't
the eater,
doing
baby.
nothing.
Gotta let him
I
come
ain't
through.
doing nothing." Well, I want to come see you. You can come see me. Baby hit that shower so quick. And then afterwards, I realized what happened when he left. I said, "Damn, am I a hoe?" No, I ain't no hoe. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
I think we all ask ourselves that question, like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah,
Nah,
no.
it's
But
a
then that's when
one-off.
you gotta call your homegirl. You can be like,
Hello.
"Girl."
You gotta tell somebody about that shit. Like,
And
bitch,
then you
let
like,
me tell
yeah,
you
girl, you
how.
wildin'.
Yeah.
You wildin'.
But then no, when your homegirl had the same experience, you could be like, "Nah, you
No,
good.
you
ain't
good. You good.
Look, all you gotta ask me is y'all wrapped up. Then y'all, oh, okay, y'all good. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all good. Kelly and Juicy looking like they ain't nothing.
I've never had that. I'm not
Hey.
gonna hold you. I've
Not
never.
I'm
free
gonna
on
be
three.
that friend. Be
I
like,
mean,
girl, are
and
you
you
serious?
like, I've never.
Why?
I didn't
Y'all
know
ain't
what
never
that
been
was
close?
really until right now.
Oh,
I'm
Never been
a whole
close.
square.
Let her be great. You call my phone. I'm gonna be like, what?
You did
Bro,
what?
this you.
No, you're not.
Hold on now.
No, you're
I'm
not. You're gonna be
I'm
like,
a simp for real. I'm a simp for real. So when I like, and
I
I
ain't
get
never
hate
done it before.
all the time. I'm a simp for real because like when I talk to one person, I like you. I don't want to talk to nobody else. I just want to
I'm
get to
not.
know you. You feel me?
Can't do it.
And then I get to the point where I'm like, I hella like this person. Like, I don't know. Like, oh, have you guys ever like looked at a man and you're like, damn, I want to marry him. Like,
Mhm.
you ever just looked at a man and you're just like, damn,
She said no.
I want to like you just looks like you know what I mean? And I just
oh,
like
you mean like first glance, or you mean your boyfriend, or what?
I'm not gonna lie, like I'll look at someone and like I'll just be like, man, I want
Like, damn, he
him.
fine.
I want him.
I
Like I
want
want
him and
him.
I want to marry
And then
him. It's two different things. Baby.
when I start talking to you, you text me like I want to talk to you all the time. Like I'm like I'm already telling my best friend, girl, I met this guy. Like he's super cool. He's super fun. Like now I'm just like totally into the conversation. I can't look at nobody else because I'm like directly on this person. I've been told so many times that's my downfall.
And
I'm
I'm
I
the
was gonna
same
say,
way.
I was
I'm
gonna
the
say,
same
Callie,
way.
it don't sound like that. I feel like you gotta grow through that process though to
Mhm.
realize what deserves your energy and what don't. And a lot of times these niggas don't be deserving that type of energy. You gotta meet a nigga and then you just gotta be like, okay, what happens? Whatever happens, happens. If something comes to this, okay, cool. But I'm not gonna sit here and harp on him and then be planning my future wedding or looking at him like, oh, this about to be my baby daddy. Like, no, because niggas
I'm a
will
person that
embarrass
lives
you
in the
any
land
chance
of
they
delusion,
get.
so I definitely do
I'm
it.
very
I get you, Callie. I
yeah,
get you. Very delusional.
I'm
Very
sorry.
delusional. Yeah.
You know what? I've been told that so many times. I've been told I have like a Disney like fairy
Mhm.
tale love
My dad
story.
used to tell me the same thing. Yeah, I get
I
it.
said,
But Callie, you might get that because you're so focused on that. Like you might
Mhm.
eventually get that one day. Like where your energy goes, where your attention goes, your
This is
energy
making me
flows.
mad.
So if you really into that for so long and that's how you feel you are, you may get that. Like you can't.
yeah, like I
hope you do, baby.
literally,
I truly hope you do.
I do too. You know, and it's crazy because it's like. People will tell me things like, "No, I know that's gonna happen for me. I just know it." Like it's just that's just my mentality. I'm just weird.
She's like, just know it.
You're not weird.
Sound like Nemo. He's talking to me. I just know it.
Oh man. And so
So do
then
you believe in fairy tales? You don't believe in
You talking
fairy
to me?
tales?
Say it again.
Do you believe in fairy tales when you dating a dude? Do you be looking into the future?
I thought she was looking at her picture for a second. I was like, wait, what?
You do?
I do. Oh no, that was my mama, y'all.
Oh.
What make you think it's still possible? Like, I'm just asking because we're in everybody in their 30s. How?
yeah,
No.
I just turned 30
Well,
December 27th.
You're 30.
I
Okay,
think it
I'm
has
turning
something to do
31
with
in 2 weeks.
Okay.
my zodiac sign.
That
So
might be
I'm
the
a Cancer.
oldest one here.
And I'm a lover, so you know.
Well, Kelly,
Yeah.
how old are you?
I'm 30. I just turned 30 on December 27th.
I'm sorry, Kelly. I meant Kelly. I didn't realize
Okay.
y'all names were so similar.
Kelly and Kelly.
Oh, I'm old. I'm married. But my birthday is similar to your birthday, Callie. That's why I made that face. Like, oh, but yeah, no, I'm older than 30. I'm too old to say. I'm young. I'm south of
A
40,
woman never tells.
north of 30.
Wait,
You
say it
look
again.
really good. You
Say it
look
again,
really
Kelly.
good, though.
Bless your heart. Thank you.
You look great.
Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah.
I'm gonna need your regimen.
I'm gonna need to
You
know
know?
what the actual number is. You could put it in our chat. Because maybe I need to know.
Right.
Because I'm 35, so I need to know.
And you look great.
We're same age range.
I thought we
Okay.
were I thought we were old. I'm not gonna lie, you ladies, your skin is phenomenal. Like you guys look great.
I mean,
Oh,
black don't crack unless you're doing it. So.
Because I'm like,
into
damn,
my
I wanna.
bathroom and I put on a little NKYX, a little blush. You know, this is not mine. Listen, baby, it's gone.
I'm so done.
But no, Jazz, what you think? Because I did cut you off. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Think about what?
About a fairy tale, having a fairy tale man.
Oh yeah, I think that's my downfall. Because I do have that. I don't know if that has something to do with me being a Cancer and being a lover. But yeah.
Do y'all really go off zodiac signs like that though?
I do.
I do.
do.
Mine is very true.
I think mine is.
Why?
Yes.
Everybody know like
Has
their
it
moon
really
and their
helped y'all?
rising.
I'm a child of God.
She said zodiacs where, mama?
I'm a child of God too, but I do feel like it's very true. Like as far as like time of birth, your signs, where you were born at, I feel like it definitely affects you as well.
Amber, what's your sign?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Sagittarius.
My best friend is a Sagittarius.
Tyler, you're a Capricorn. You said the 27th, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my best
I'm
friend is
Leo.
a Capricorn.
I'm a Taurus.
Oh my God,
Birthday in 2 weeks.
Y'all so stubborn.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I wish everybody. I wish
Because
we
my daughter
all was
birthday
in
in
the
2
same
weeks.
area so we could do something. We could pop out because
I know we would have so much fun.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing planned at all.
I like to have spontaneous fun too. Like I'm the type of friend. So my best friend, when she had graduated college, and she also was so I threw a big ass surprise party on her birthday. So no, it was a happy birthday / congratulations on your graduation. And like I literally went through her Facebook and just started inviting all of her family and everything and brought her there. But while everyone was getting there, I took her on like a little map. So the first thing we started off doing was like she loves to do like those, what is it called? Where you
Scavenger hunts?
It's like a place you go and you get these clues and you gotta find the clue to win the game.
Escape room?
Yeah, we went to an escape room, then we went axe throwing, then we got some food, and then I brought her back to her parents' house, and it was just this whole like big
you
surprise.
one of those little fairy tale friends. That's so
I am.
sweet.
If you're my friend, you're my friend. I'm gonna go all out on you. Like you're
That's
my friend.
so sweet. Y'all ever had a friend that was a secret enemy?
Yeah.
Oh, a friend of me?
For sure.
A friend of me?
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, please. How did that go?
They got at
How
my
did y'all
man.
find out?
Oh no. So basically I used to have like a group of friends, and like I realized that there was a specific group within my friend group that like didn't really fuck with me, but said they fucked with me, but they only fuck with me because other people fucked with me. I don't know if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
like I was talking to a guy and I was really excited about this guy and I was sharing information like, oh yeah, this is the guy I'm talking to. Like he's super cool. Show them his socials. And I find out that one of the girls was secretly DM'd him and was sending him nudes to talk to her as
That's
I was
insane.
talking to him. Yeah, I was hot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was hot. I was mad. I was not mad at I was mad at her because I felt like her and I were friends and she owed me way more loyalty than anybody else. Like if it was a
Mhm.
random, I would be like, yo, I would just be mad at him. But I was mad at both of them, but more so mad at her because I feel like you don't do that to people. You don't.
Yeah. How long
And
were
then
y'all
there were
friends?
people that knew we were friends for like over a year. And
I
we would
don't feel
hang
like
out
that's
all
pretty.
the time.
Then again, that's not really long when it comes to like female friendships to have that trust to not expect her to do something like that. I feel like you gotta be multiple years in.
Nah,
I
I
don't
feel like
know. I just feel like it's
if
a
I'm
girl
your
code.
yeah, I feel like if I'm hanging out with you and I'm kicking it with you and you're talking to somebody and I'm over here going into that person's DMs while you're knowing you're talking to them first, I'm not gonna do that. That's fucked up.
But I mean, I'm not saying that's right. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, as females, you know, we have very long friendships. Like, our
Mhm.
friendships last a really long time. So,
Yeah.
talking to someone and being friends with them for like a year isn't really that long for them, you know, to show their colors. That's pretty quick to me. Like, I've been friends with females for years and have fallen out. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know, but I've never had like. Actually, I have. Amber, what was that girl name? What was that girl name?
Julia or something?
Yes. Oh my God, y'all.
Not the mutual friend.
That girl was crazy.
Creepiest relationship.
That girl was crazy.
Y'all, she was so crazy. She was so insane. We knew this guy. He was one of the guys that I used to talk to.
Mhm.
So Julia, her friend, I'm gonna call her friend Ari. So Julia friend Ari started dating the guy that I was talking to, but we were always off and on. But when Julia found out that her friend and me were dating the same guy, she became really messy and engrossed into it. So anytime she would see the guy that I was dating, she would try and call me and be like, hey, so-and-so is down here, pull up. Because her and the other girl, Ari, fell out. So whenever she would see the guy I was talking to, she was like, hey, pull up. So what you think I'm doing? I'm pulling up because we were still talking. So I want to see what he doing. We outside now. So then she would create imaginary scenarios, y'all. Like she hit me one day and was like, oh my God, I'm in a hospital. Me and my dad just got into a shootout. Like texting my phone, blowing my phone up. So I'm thinking like, oh my God, are you all right? Is everything good? She like, well, we don't know right now. I'm just in the waiting room. Woo. So then she has another lie. She said, and I'm calling Amber after every situation. I'm like, Amber, okay, she draining me. I don't know. I can't keep giving her my energy. Like she's going through way too much.
Was like, we don't know her enough to even pay this any attention.
Yeah, Amber was like, we shouldn't even mess with her. Like, why are you still talking to her? And I'm just like, I don't know. I feel sorry for everything she's going through. And then on my birthday, this girl texted my phone pretending to be Ari, talking trash like, oh, I see you with so-and-so. He don't want your fat A. Like, and I'm like going off. I'm in the text, like drunk, going off with Amber in the background. I'm like, oh, she got me bent. Just to find out it was the girl. It was Julia pretending to be her best friend, texting my phone about the dude that I was talking to. So I was like, yeah, this is some weird.
That is weird.
That's very weird.
Like, that was another level of crazy.
That is, and I think it's a sense of like she probably was just jealous of you in some way, and
that's always the root.
I always say I have a theory. There's like 3 types of people when it comes to like friends, right? You either love me, you either don't fuck with me, or you only fuck with me because there's something that you're getting out of it. Whether it's you want to be, your life is boring, so you want to live through me, you're jealous, or you want something that I can offer. Like those are the type of 3 people, and I feel like majority of the time we run across people that are the third one, the ones that only fuck with you because of
Because they
whatever you
benefit.
got going on or whatever benefit they get from
Yeah.
it. And it happens all the time.
That's like pretty privilege. It's like friends. You may
Yep.
meet girls that want to hang out with you just because of the way you look, and they know you're capable of getting in places free or getting
Getting
free
the sections
drinks.
or getting the
So
drinks from the men.
so
Yep.
they want to be friends with you, and it's like the time we live in now. Like it's scary to make new female friends because these girls
Yeah.
is really killing each other. Like
Mhm.
Really?
you can't even
Yeah.
go on a trip. Like your
Remember that
insurance
trip that the one
policy
girl
gotta
took
be up.
to like
Yep.
Mexico and her friends killed her down
And her
there?
friends
Like,
beat her to death.
beat her to
Yeah.
yes. I
Did
said,
they ever charge them?
No, because they left it up to the Mexican government. So
wow.
Mm.
Oh dang. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy. No,
That
I
is
ain't gonna
really
hold
crazy.
you. I ain't gonna hold you. I want someone to try me. Not want them, but like don't. Because like no,
I don't
like,
know. I
don't.
feel like things don't ever happen to the people who would do something. Things always happen to the people that don't do a damn thing.
Damn thing.
Like you be looking at them
Absolutely.
like, bro, that couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Couldn't have
I'm
been
going
me.
out full swing. At least I'm going out full swing. You ain't gonna
I
catch me
legit used
slipping.
to avoid like girls trips because I'm like, yeah, we not about to go down to wherever and we get into some shit. Now I'm whooping ass and now I'm getting the fuck locked up down here. No.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
legit took my first girls trip 2 years ago, and it was for one of my girlfriend's birthday, and I originally was not going, like literally was not going, and I said, you know what? I talked to my mama, and she was like, just go. She was like, you already know how to protect yourself. Da, da, da. Whoop de whoop. Yep. All right, we're gonna go. So I flew down by myself. I ended up meeting up with one of her girlfriends, because she was on the same flight as me. We hopped in the Uber, went to the house or whatever. Whole trip was bomb. Like great trip, except for one bitch.
Mhm.
It only takes that one
One
person
bitch.
though
Mhm.
to
We
throw
ended
off
up
the
leaving her, like,
entire
girl, keep
mood and
that shit over
energy.
there. Like, please. Like to the point we had a whole like little like house meeting. And I sat in that meeting. I said,
Damn, a
House meeting
house
is
meeting
crazy.
A
is
house meeting is
I said, the
crazy.
fact that we're even having a meeting and this is
What?
vacation is insane to me. I said, we're here for her and you're making it about you. And that's the problem that I have.
Yeah.
I didn't fly down here for you. I flew down here for her. So
If
whatever
we gotta have a
issues you
house
have,
meeting,
you
yeah,
gotta
it's a
figure that shit
wrap.
out. Because a house meeting when we could be fucking drinking is crazy.
It's a wrap.
And having a good
That's
time.
where I had to learn.
Hello?
So with me, I used to call everybody my friend. I used to give everyone the benefit, especially when it came to like ladies. Like I'd be like, oh, that's because I like I said, I'm a girl's girl, so I love making new female friends and just supporting each other. And I just felt like I used to call everybody my friend, and I learned the hard way that not everybody is your friend. Really, out of
Kelly, you
everybody,
got
that's your
black
friend. If I ever
parents?
wanted to. My dad's black. My dad's from Memphis, Tennessee, and my mom's from the Philippines.
Oh, your parents never told you, don't call them your
Don't
damn
call 'em
friends.
your
You ain't got
friends.
no goddamn friends.
My dad used to tell me that, but I didn't really like. I was like, no, these people are my friends. These are my friends. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was a little hard headed when he told me like those aren't your friends. Da, da, da. I'm like, you don't know them. They are my friends. And then
Girl, I grew
turns
up
out
in the
he was right.
projects. Everybody
you know?
ain't your friend. I
Shut
done
Yeah.
fought some of my friends. Like,
Yeah,
No.
I had to learn the hard way, you know, and I think that was
Real
my
quick,
problem
shout
for a
out
long
to
time.
T.O. for being a new subscriber.
Hi, Tio.
welcome.
I think it was for me. I think it was just like I just wanted to see the good in everybody, like a good in people. And,
But
and I
Callie,
saw the good
you
in people.
do give me that. You do give me that. Like you just want to see the good in everything. You want to be honest.
I just want to see that
I don't
there's
know,
more
you're like
beautiful in
you
this
give
world.
me like a Hello Kitty vibe. Like
You know what's
Just-
funny?
That's the
I used to
perfect
love Hello Kitty as a
description.
kid.
Hello
no,
Kitty.
for real, for real.
My
'cause it's
friends,
like,
my
Callie,
friends would be like, Callie lives in her own little head where she's like, la 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 la, and I'm just like, this
right,
Dolly.
Where it's no
right.
drama. Everybody's
Yeah,
so
it's like
nice.
chill.
Callie,
Like,
we
we're all
go
just
out.
chill.
rainbows and
Callie be the
gumdrops.
one to piss me off. I'm like, Callie, if you got your goddamn
Okay. Callie gonna be the one that
We'll
make
be in
it
a whole
into a
lot
fight.
environment. I'll be like,
Being so damn nice.
She over here saying hey to everybody.
Oh,
Between
God, get your ass over
Oh,
here.
no, we'll be in a line. I'll be at like, I don't know. I was at Kohl's when I was at Kohl's, we'll be in a line. I'll just see someone's shoes and be like, I really like your shoes. They're like, thank you. I'm
Yeah,
like, you're welcome. Like,
you'll blow
and
me.
now we're like talking
You'll
and
blow me.
now I know this whole person's life story and their backstory
God.
and what happened to their mommy and daddy. Like,
Look, we gotta
always
give
been that
Callie,
way.
we gotta give Callie the lecture before we go anyway. Like
Hello,
Callie,
Yeah.
don't
Callie,
get in here and
keep
start
your
your
ass right
shit.
here.
Be
Get
quiet.
gun high.
Right?
One initial high. We don't want to know nobody's whole backstory, Callie.
Yes.
We don't.
You
Get
get
a
one
cranberry box
compliment.
and sit your ass
One
down.
compliment
No,
only.
Callie, you can. It'd be funny because I'll be gaming with my friends, right? And then people in my chat will be like, "Oh, can we game with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, come game with us." And then my gamer friends will be in the back chat like, "Callie, stop inviting people to our game. We don't know these people." Like, and I'm like,
Callie's gonna invite people to the after hour or the next
Right.
Like, what the fuck is these people,
Child
Callie?
Kelly have a house party and have all us in there confused. Like, who
Yeah,
is these
puzzle.
people?
Who are these people?
you know what?
Like,
Like,
I
where
met
they
this,
come
I met this lady in Walmart. I met this lady in Target.
I get this from my grandma. So in Tagalog, in the Philippines, in Tagalog, we call them lolas, right? Lola means grandma, and so my Lola, she will literally meet somebody anywhere, like in church or something, and just because she's Filipino, come, and we'll have like it'll be Christmas, right? There'll be the kid table. The kid table is the immediate family. The rest of the people in that Christmas gathering, we have no idea who the fuck they are, but apparently they're your auntie, and she just met them like 2 weeks ago. So it's like,
Hey,
I
y'all
get it
ever
from
have
her.
the weird uncle at the event that always want to hug on you and tell you how pretty
yeah.
you is?
Yeah,
hell
Is
no,
that
my mom
every
would've cut
black
his ass.
family?
I've never
be
experienced that
dead.
before.
No.
Thank God.
I have. But I
Dang.
experienced it on my dad's side. I didn't experience it on my mom's side.
Why dad's side is always weird? Like everybody's dad's side of the family is always weird. Have y'all noticed
My
that?
dad's side was country. They was from Macon, so they was from McCray. So they were always like backwoodsy. Like my mom's side was the one with the weird uncles. That's
Really?
the worst. Yeah, they're always, oh, you're so pretty. I'm like, all right, cousin Paul. All right, chill,
Not cousin Paul.
chill. Look, rest in peace, cousin Paul. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's just like I feel like in the black community, it's always that one creepy uncle or like, and then that one creepy person the family always protect. I don't understand why that's the dynamic, but I hate that for us. I really do.
I think.
Okay, so when's the first time y'all lost y'all? When did y'all lose your virginity? That's what I want to know.
13.
God damn.
Wait, let me tell. Wait. I gotta tell y'all this
that.
story. I have to tell y'all this story. Oh God, because every time I tell somebody this story, they be like, "What?" So I was in 9th grade, and one of my best friends at the time, she had already been having sex or whatever, and her mom used to go out like on the weekends or whatever, and I used to come over, and spending. Mind you, she lived on the block behind me, but I used to go over, spend a night for the weekend or whatever. But we used to invite our boyfriends over, like when her mom would leave.
Y'all had boyfriends at 13?
Yeah,
I was allowed to.
I wasn't allowed to have a
My mama
boyfriend.
ain't know I had a boyfriend, but I had. My mama ain't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so, her mom, their house had like the door chime, so if the doors open, you could like it would chime. So we would know like when her mom left out, we would call them, they would come over. This one particular day, it was after school. I went over her house. We were like doing our homework or whatever. And she was like, I'll be back. She went upstairs. So I thought nothing of it. I'm like, maybe she in the bathroom or whatever. So I'm still doing my homework. She comes down the steps and like stands mid-step. And she like, so, you know how I be like telling you about her boyfriend name was Brian at the time. Rest in peace, Brian. She was like, hey, you know how I be telling you about how me and Brian be having sex? Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah. She was like, well, I want you to understand. And I'm like, bitch, I do understand. What do you mean? Like, I'm not stupid. She like, no, I want you to really understand. And I'm like, okay. She like, so I called at the time. His name was Nate. I called Nate. He on his way around here. I cleaned my room. I changed my sheets. It's condoms on the bed. Like literally, she set me up to lose my virginity, and it's crazy. It was. I'm like, I was so like shocked. Like, girl, what? Next thing I know, he's here. We go upstairs. We do our business, and literally, keep in mind, I said I'm quiet. I used to be quiet as a church mouse. No sound. Like just. Like a fucking corpse just laying there.
Damn.
Just like, and he asked me, he was like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine."
Was he around the same age as you?
Mm-hmm. He was a year older than me.
Okay.
I was just like, did I really? Is that like that's my lost my virginity story because of you, bitch? Like what? I hated it.
Damn.
But I think it's like I don't get me wrong. I think she was being a good friend, but at the same time, it was just like. I so would have rather had lost my virginity a different way. Would have that?
No, I feel that.
So.
Ash, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. I said that's why you need better friends. Like I lost my virginity at 18. And it was kind of like so disappointing. It was so disappointing. Like, Lordy Jesus.
I remember thinking like, wow, this is what sex is.
Yeah, I literally
that was my
my first thought in my head was,
Hey,
is it
PJ.
in? I was like, is it in? Did he put it in? Like, no, like not lying. Like, I was like, I don't feel anything. And he was, and I mean, he was in something because he was. I don't know what he was in.
But it wasn't you.
But it wasn't me. So
You
we
probably
got
between your thighs.
yeah, because I got a lot back there. I got a lot back there. So he might.
I saw that full body. I said, "Damn."
He might have been in between the cheeks and thought he was doing something. I don't
Lord.
know. But it was horrible. It was like I really could have waited. I don't even know. I don't regret it, but it was just like that was a sucky first experience.
Yeah.
I mean, he was my boyfriend though, but it was just so disappointing, and it kept getting disappointing. It wasn't even better. It was just like, man, this was sex like. But when I found out the real sex, oh, that was my first night stand, baby. That boy had me. Oh Jesus. I
Really?
was swinging from the ceiling fans.
That leads me to my question.
I was
Do
still
you
in my
guys
mama
erase
confident.
Do y'all erase the guys like let her just said like at 18 like he was trash or whatever, but then it got better. Do y'all erase the men that were like horrible before you really knew what sex was? Or not the men that were
Erase
horrible.
as far as what?
Like take them, like subtract them from your body count.
No.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I do. I don't count them because bruh, I did it with this 7 foot tall. I promise you, 7 foot tall. I thought it was finna be 5. Baby, I went in there and I wish I had my 5. Because I wanted to blow him to smithereens for what he pulled out them pants. I said, what is this? Where's the rest of you? Like,
it all went to his 7 feet of height.
Shrimp noodle. Like, bruh.
It all went to his body.
Bro, I was so mad. He really thought he was doing something. I mean, it's always the ones who think they're doing something. They got that jerk motion. Like, just be like, and they have that.
Like the chihuahua.
Stop doing that.
Either.
What you out of breath for? You ain't even pushing nothing.
That is disgusting.
I don't know. And then it's like, do you kind of, how many bodies y'all got? How many real bodies y'all got?
Real bodies, I have 4.
Aww.
Callie.
And that's because I was in 4 relationships.
Are they chained up in your closet?
No, they're living their best life, you know. I don't really go outside.
Why
you got to go outside, baby. Go
I don't
outside.
like I'm like, yeah, I'm
sad. I'm off that computer screen, huh?
I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I don't go outside unless it's to go to the gym or to see my best friend and her daughter. Like, I'm like inside all the time.
How you expect to meet people?
I meet so many people. I know. I feel like, so for me, like I was moved out at an early age. I was moved out at 18. And when I moved out, I moved in with my best friend and her daughter and her husband. So like I've always been around, like at the time it was her husband. They're not married anymore. But like it was really just me and my best friend for the longest time. And we kind of just raised like her. She had a daughter. So I kind of helped her like with raising her daughter, because when the husband decided not to be around anymore, I kind of took on that role because I didn't want her to be by herself. So I would help with my niece and helped raise her. So from 18 all the way up until like 23, 24, it was kind of just us two like really getting together. And I was going to college at the same time too. And also I was working 9 to 5. So I never really had that much. I didn't feel like I had a lot of time to like really explore. And then also I didn't have a bunch of girlfriends, right? So I didn't really get to go out. Like you guys talk about girls trips. Like I've never experienced a girls trip. Like I have been on a girls trip. It was just me and my best friend. I never really hung around like a group of girls. And the one time I did, I got burnt by that. So it kind of like traumatized me a little bit to like, damn, like, you know what I mean? And I always felt like for me, I have like a different personality, and not a lot of people accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way I think, a lot of people think that, oh, like even in the chat, like people say, oh, you're not this way, who are you really? But it's like, this is the fuck who I am. I can't be anything else. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing I'm trying to break out of is like, hey, like get to know people more, which is why I started doing these like podcasts and like talking to people more. But then it's like I go on these damn other podcasts. I'm like, damn, this makes me not want to go on no more podcasts because it's just like all bullshit. Like this is like,
well, this is the media. Like you got to think about it. This is all entertainment.
Yeah.
Like just like Instagram, just like TikTok, you have to find something that's gonna grab the person's attention. That's where rage bait came from. That's where clickbait came from.
Yeah.
Like who's gonna get on this hoe and then sit there and let you and listen to your everyday boring life? Like all like nobody want to see that. Now you do have bloggers that vlog their entire life, but sometimes they'll put interesting things in it to keep you coming back. But on these panels, like that's why you have certain people that kind of cause confusion in the conversation because they're actually gonna make it a little interesting. Like, but different people kind of relate to bull jive. Like I said, somebody might have related to uncle. You know, the touchy-feely uncle in the family, or somebody might have related to the friend who took her man, or it's just different things on these podcasts. Like you just don't expect you from somebody else. Because that's when you're going to disappoint yourself every time.
And I think that's what it is that like, I think that like, oh, I used to be the type, well, and I'm definitely mature from this, right? But I did used to be the type where I was like, all right, if you're nice to someone and you treat them right, you're going to get that back. And that's not always the case because you could treat someone right and be nice to someone and they just dog you the fuck out because you're nice. You know, so I had to learn.
They only can do it if you let them. True. You get to a point to where you start realizing this nice shit for the birds. Like you gonna be somebody that's gonna push you to that point to where you're forced to speak up for yourself. Yeah. So don't just concede. Like you gonna find that dog in you. You gonna have to open up. Yeah. Like you may find that dog being on the panel with us. Like you see how he is. Like look, me, Brett, Jazz, we on this something like
she don't want a puppy, she want a big dog.
Not like
no, I've had a couple moments where I had to like really say something really, but like I just be getting a headache. And I just be like, I'll get to the point where I'll just be like, all right, bro. All right. Like you got it. Like
so at this point, if y'all could go back and tell yourselves 3 things, what would y'all tell yourselves? Going through life, experiencing everything you experienced from men to life situations, like 3 things you would tell yourself. And then we're gonna end it with this topic.
I said so, and I've always been this person because I know the type of child that I was. We're saying like 3 things we would have told ourselves as a child or teenage.
I mean, just before like teenage years, childhood, from teenage on down.
As a teenager, I was always a very stubborn person. So I honestly probably wouldn't even tell her anything. Because knowing the type of person I was as a teenager, I didn't listen to anybody. Like I know if I was to go back and tell 17-year-old me, do this, do that, I'd probably be like, well, life is life. So I wouldn't say anything. And I honestly feel like my life, like the things that have gone on in my life were intentional and should have happened anyways. So I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't tell her anything because I know she wouldn't listen at the end of the day.
Oh my God.
That's just me being real.
Okay.
Well, me, I would tell myself, definitely say no, because I'm always that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do this. Yes, I do that. Even for the people that don't do for me, even though I'm not looking for somebody to do something for me, but I'm always saying yes. Always. I never say no to anybody. Another thing is to speak up. My thoughts and opinions, they matter. So might as well speak up, you know. And then the other one is that I am enough. I'm still working on that one.
Yeah, because you damn sure don't listen to me.
All right, not too much.
I personally think you speak up too much right now.
Okay, and again, not too much. Next.
Okay, Brad.
Probably one of my biggest things would just be like control the attitude because I was always a firecracker baby, always. Right on go. 24/7.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Look, I would never know.
Really?
Yeah, like, always was a firecracker, always was on go, fighting all the things. Because again, I grew up in a project, so it was always let me make this very clear. Grew up in the projects, didn't look like I grew up in the projects. And for a lot of the girls I grew up with, that was a problem. So it was like, you're not about to just say whatever you want to me and think I'm not about to rock your fucking world. So it was like, okay, people could say what they want. What they say, sticks and stones, baby, sticks and stones. But it was Brittany ready to break some bones. So control the attitude. Let people, you know, they gonna say what they want to say regardless. I don't always got to be ready to nuck if you know to nuck. But also just something I always live by, like, get your money. Money first. Money first at all times, because I'm never going to depend on a man to provide things that I cannot provide myself. So money always going to be first. But everything else, no. Like, I still would have had my kids when I had them, because I always said if I ain't have them by 28, baby, they weren't coming. Wasn't having them.
Now, how many kids you have?
I have two. I have two daughters. Okay. And they're teenagers. And baby, we be living life. Okay? Like, we be up and out. Ain't gotta pack no diaper bags, no strollers.
Listen,
we'll go shopping when we get there. Like, we can just up and go. And I love that. But yeah, that the attitude was really like just the biggest thing, because that affected a lot.
Like, do you tell your daughters that? Do you try to tell your daughters? Yes.
So my youngest daughter is exactly like me. Like younger me, exactly. So I tell her that all the time. But then in reverse, I have to tell, or on the other side, I have to tell my oldest daughter to not be so timid and just, you know, quiet. Like, you have to speak up for yourself, but it's a way to do it. You don't have to be like, you know, rah all the time. But yeah, don't let people just walk all over you, because if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
100%. I agree with that. Yeah. Callie, what would be your three things?
The first thing that I would tell myself is learn to love yourself, not just when it's convenient for you, but even times where you don't feel great. How you speak to yourself and how you talk to yourself is very important, because that's going to be the precedence on what action comes after that. The second thing is your dreams don't fucking care if you're tired, depressed, or exhausted. Like, get the fuck up, lock the fuck in, and do what you need to do to get to where you need to go. A lot of times when I was younger, because of a lot of shit I've gone through, I would get in this mode where I get super depressed. Then I'd get out of it and get super motivated. And then I get out of it and be so consistency, right? Being able to emotionally regulate, and I fucking hate that word, but having to do it and knowing how to do it. Knowing that, hey, I acknowledge that this feeling is here, but I'm not going to allow that feeling to take me away from what I got to do and my duty as a woman and where I need to go. And then the third thing would be strive to be the person you want to be within the next 5 years every day. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, and strive to be that person every day. And, you know, when you do that, you're kind of like remaining a student, right, for the rest of your life, because you're always, every 5 years is going to change. So you're always looking to strive and better yourself and not rely on what happened in your past or what's going on presently that might be conflicting with where you want to go. Just wake up and choose yourself and love yourself and strive to be the person you want to be in 5 years, because where you are today is not going to be where you're going to be tomorrow. We all change.
Okay, I feel that. If I had to tell myself, my past self, three things, it would be the first one, tell your sister ass is up. Like, you just gonna have to tear their ass up. It don't matter day or night, afternoon, evening. You see them, slap them. They going some way, box their ass in the back of the head. You doing something, throw something at them. Just defend yourself at all times. The second thing I would tell myself is, I am beautiful. I love myself. I don't need anybody to tell me anything about myself, because I know how I see myself. The third thing would be that as a mother, I need to give myself more grace. Like, becoming a mother, I really was not giving myself enough grace to understand that mistakes will happen when you're raising a child. Like, you will not be a perfect mom. You will not have every answer to everything. And that is okay. Just do the best you can do. And that's all that is. And so we gonna end everything with that. And I'm so glad we had our first ladies night. I'm glad that you ladies decided to join. Hopefully we can do this a little more, get a little deeper into the topics. But you are always welcome to join in. I want to thank JB for letting me take over his stream for tonight. And yeah, just anybody got closing remarks?
Thanks for having me again. I
Yeah.
love it.
Always, Brad.
No,
always.
thank you guys for having me, and most importantly, thank you ladies for being so kind and so like receptive. Like, this is the first time I've been on a podcast and actually talked about myself when I didn't get dragged. So it's actually really nice to be accepted in a space where we all can just be ourselves authentically and unapologetically. And I look forward to continuing this relationship with you guys and this journey with you ladies. So thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all. Everybody have a good night. And I will hit y'all up on another ladies' night.
Bye.